Tonight on The Edge, a Detroit rapper is going viral for something other than her music.
Fans know her as Dank DeMoss, and they're fuming after a Lyft driver allegedly denied her a ride because of her size. And Fox News' Jessica Dupnack is live in Detroit with this story. And my goodness, tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit. Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me, you can.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough.
I get the money and flip it and make some food.
Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like,
crushed. They ain't shit.
It really hurt my feelings.
It looks like a Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car. I don't want to have Christians in my car or Muslims in my car. It's the same.
No,
under the law,
not.
it's the same.
Oh, gosh, this is a cloud world. yeah, we live. It must be the end of times. Shut up, lawyer. First off, let me get the obvious out the way. This just looks like a run for clout. It seems as though she's not talented enough to get popping for people knowing who she is based off of her rapping. So she's trying to find any way to get into the news, and this was it. So filing a lawsuit and bringing this to some type of viral conversation is a part of her marketing plan. Whatever money that she's paying to these two losers to get to sue her must be in her marketing budget. Next thing is that the driver was 100% correct to refuse the ride. Why is this? And consider that most car services people are probably somewhere from middle income to low income. For Uber and to Lyft, they're contract workers, so these companies are not paying for service. They're not paying for maintenance on the car, and there's weight limits of these cars. And the more weight that you put within a vehicle, the more service, the more maintenance that vehicle will require. This man relies on his car for income, and this Super Saiyan high-calorie individual who's effectively 3 normal weight people could have damaged it. And I know some people are like, well, MTR, 3 people in the back of the seat won't damage the car, but it's one person that dense on one side. It is his prerogative to protect his vehicle, but the one mistake that he made, and this goes to all of the good, nice guys out there, is that he sat and had a conversation with her, one of which she recorded and posted up to the internet, more than likely, thus giving the lawyers ammunition to use this some sort of discrimination bullshit in order to sue him or the Lyft company in general. I absolutely hate how litigious this society is. The idea that you can sue people when it's obviously a chase for clout, or to sue people because your damn feelings got hurt. The average payload capacity of a sedan is between 800 and 1,200 pounds. I don't know exactly how much that she weighs. It probably goes up and up each and every day, but if I was to guess, she's somewhere between 500 and 600 pounds. And even though that total amount is underneath the payload capacity, she could have easily done damage to the car. I mean, damn, look at the way that she walks.
Watch party this month when
like getting in and out of cars is a journey. Just the same way as airlines have the right to deny you based off of your size, Lyft or Uber Uber should put maximum weight requirements per person to protect their drivers. But that's why they're contractors, because they don't want to pretend, they don't want to be liable for their drivers. But listen, the parent companies are getting sued anyway. Get an Excel if you are over a certain weight limit, because those have a higher towing or payload capacity.
Lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see like what we go through as bigger people.
God,
you know.
Damn.
We did reach out to Lyft. They did not get back with us in time for this story. Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat.
Yeah.
But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight. It's very clear in that cell phone video. That is why he denied her ride. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
And because these Lyft drivers, their own personal rides, I mean, they turn people away, but they have some discretion, you're saying, but when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with Deja.
Yeah, it's interesting because you said so many people came forward after this, so clearly it's an issue out there right now. Thanks, Jessica.
So it looks like Lyft has actually responded to all of this. At Dank Moss, we're disheartened to look at this driver's unacceptable behavior. Please DM us at your earliest convenience for additional support. We'd like to address this as soon as possible. Just like I said, he should have pretended like he didn't see her and just drove away, because now you've given her the opportunity to make these poor me victim, Cry Me a River videos. I mean, come on here. What in the clown world is this? She is huge. She's massive. We got to be able to have a conversation about the hard facts of weight limit, of payload limit. Outside of your feelings, we got to be able to have in the society today a conversation of objective facts. Payload capacity is an objective fact. Damage to the wheel well, the tires, the suspension, are all things that are possible. But y'all as a company expect the driver to fit the bill for someone else's inability to control mouth pleasure?
I ain't met one bitch that can rap like me. Fat ass and small frames, but they still ain't sweet. When I fell to the bottom, I was still on top. On my dick when they see me, when I lead in your flock. I get petty when I want. What the f they gonna do? Shit, my favorite person died. What the f can I lose? I was praying to the gods when they took them away. So don't you tell me it's a sign, cause I ain't with faith. Yeah,
just like I thought, where she lacks in talent, she's gonna make up for it in viral video that has nothing to do with her talent. How do you get out of breath after 5 bars, ma'am? I think lawyers that take cases like this in order to ruin people's lives or for publicity stunts should be disbarred. Someone's morbid obesity should not be at the expense of others. If you do not fit in a car or a seat as a fat person, that's a you problem. We cannot continue within a society where people always blame others or the alternative for something or a situation that they put themselves in and then keep themselves in. When we get into this territory where it is deemed illegal to point out the obvious or objective fact, that's when we get into a place of danger. Now, just for you guys, just because I like you guys so much, I've gone into enemy territory, right? Like, I've gone to the complete opposite side of the internet in order to understand the argument against the things that I am saying. This lovely young lady in front of us supports the super high calorie woman that we were just talking about. So let's get active.
Now listen to this. There is this rapper that goes by the name of Big Thank. She ordered a Lyft. The Lyft came, looked at her and was just like, you cannot get in this car. You won't fit. I'm going to cancel your ride. You'll get your money back. Now, obviously Big Thank was very upset, recorded the entire altercation and was just really offended at the fact that he wouldn't let her in the car. And I really want to know your opinion on it.
Yeah.
Do you think the Lyft driver was wrong? Now, I can relate because I'm also a plus size woman, and being told no because of my weight is not only embarrassing, but it honestly makes you feel secluded.
Lose weight.
So I'm sorry she had to experience that, but I do have a few questions. Why didn't he allow her to try to get in the car? But he's the one really saying that she can't fit. If she tried to get in the car and she couldn't fit, then of course she probably would have been like, you know what, I'll order another car. I don't believe she has to order an XXL to fit in the car. I think that's a little bit dramatic. Now, I've been in cars where it's really, really tight. So if you're tall, like certain cars, you just don't fit in. I'm not tall. I am 5'2", and there are some times when I'm in a car and the back of the passenger seat or the driver's seat is to my knees, and they can't even pull it up that much, or else they'll block the mirror.
Man, with all due respect, even at 5'2", I get it. You're built like a Kenmore fridge. Nevertheless, though, you're still significantly smaller than the super duper heavyweight of the young lady that is in question. So if you at 5'2" have an issue with getting into a sedan, then why would you not conclude that she wouldn't have even more of an issue? And I just want to just pause and just say this, because there's some people that are watching me do this video and it's just like, why is MTR so mean? And it's because I actually care. When I see people this big, my first thought into my mind is, because you are this overweight, your lifespan will be significantly reduced. If you have people in your life that see what it is that you're doing and don't say anything, they don't care that your lifespan is significantly reduced. Take a look at the top 5 leading causes of death in America alone. They're all obesity related. But we've gotten so weak within society today that we're unwilling to call a spade a spade. And on top of a capitalistic society supplanted by the government that allows all these ridiculous things within our food, we've got now the widest waistlines that we've ever had in the history of ever. And now y'all are upset. No. Now y'all are filing lawsuits when someone is upfront with you.
I'm not saying that's the type of car she was in, but I'm saying that I can understand in those situations why maybe she couldn't fit if it was something like that. But also, I'm from New York. Mm-hmm. Honestly, if a driver don't want you in the car, they usually drive past you.
That's what he should have did.
To explain to you.
Yep.
So for me, by the driver taking the time to explain it and say something, I'm like, okay, he doesn't seem like he's trying to be mean. He just wants to let her know
too nice.
Why, he is not going to take the ride.
No.
Which honestly, I have to give him a little bit of points for, because
but he's getting sued for that.
Most of the time, they don't say anything and just keep going, and you're just left there wondering. But my biggest thing about this whole situation is, why didn't he let her try to get in the car? That I don't understand. I don't think it was an Uber share. I mean, you could have put her up front. It was just very weird to me. So that is the question that will help me determine if the driver was wrong or not. But what do you guys think?
Shout out to you, baby girl. I appreciate you being able to articulate that well. And again, the issue is that he's concerned about damage to his car. The woman that is getting into the car is not offering money should anything happen to the car, or in fact, sometimes the issues appear later on down the line. And these are contract workers, so they're expected to fit the bill themselves. All of that multiplied that these drivers are typically not high income earners with a great deal of money to expend on the maintenance. He was trying to look future forward, and because he was a nice guy and decided to have a conversation with her, now it's biting him in the ass. Shout out to everybody that's still with me within the video. Guys, drop me some comments down below. This story is probably gonna be trending for about a day or two. I wanna see what you guys think about this particular situation. I may go live and we'll have a real conversation in regards to this. I just hate to see things like this happen to people that are just trying to earn an honest buck, and they're not being outwardly mean for something that is completely made up. I think gentlemen like this deserve our respect, deserve our support, and not to be sued for the truth. Last but not least, guys, join my men's self-development community. Link to it down in the description box down below. We are absolutely going up in 2025. This is my greatest accomplishment over the past 10 years. Shout out to the G's that signed up thus far. We getting extremely active down up in there, all right? Click the link down below, beam up, see what's in store, especially if you're focused on wealth building into 2025. And I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.